Welcome to Sprints. How are you? Happy April. I know it's April Fool's Day, so I don't know if anyone's been pranked yet. I don't typically do anything for April Fool's Day because I kind of forget that it exists. But congratulations to those who survived Realmathon or just survived the month of March, honestly, because it was kind of a crazy month. Quite long, maybe because we were finally transitioning into spring and a third of a fourth. I can do math. A fourth of the year is already up. Isn't that nuts? January, February, March, done. That's wild to me to think that we're already done with like a fourth of 2025. And with it kind of also comes, considering where we've come from, Abs was bringing up the fact that it's been about a year since, interacting with me and, meeting Brittany and everything. And, that actually sparked my memory. I think it was 2 years ago about when Brittany randomly reached out to me. We weren't fully friends yet. We didn't really know each other super well. And she asked me to read Ice Planet Barbarians with her. And now we look back on that time being like, wow, we were different readers, and if you are loving Ice Planet Barbarians right now, please continue. But it's just funny to think that that's what solidified our friendship. And now, we're just reading completely different things. So yeah, what a time to reflect. But also Rainey's here. Hi, Rainey. Congrats on being done with your teaching for the day. Yes, eat lunch and then finish first time caller. I'll be interested to keep hearing your thoughts about it because I know you were giving me the down low in our little chat about it, but I'll be interested to see how you feel when it wraps up. Also, Julia. Hi, Julia. Hello, Melissa. Welcome. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Alex is here too. A wild Alex has appeared. I love that introduction. Hello, Bia. How are you? How is your early evening going? Is it going well? Hello, Alyssa. Reading A Drop of Corruption. Yes, I have my e-reader right here. And we are reading it very slowly. I'm reading it with Julie and Danny. And the three of us were really lucky to have an arc. I assume you were too, Bia, even though happy publication day. Today's the day that it actually is finally, released, which is super exciting. Also, happy publication day to so many titles. Holy Terrors, A Drop of Corruption, Faithbreaker. What else am I missing? I'm sure there's quite a few. I didn't realize that April 1st was such a popular day for pub dates now that I'm thinking about it, but I'm loving it too. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm only about a third of the way through it, and it's been great. You prank your students, Rainey. Are any of us surprised? Of course you prank your students. I'm not surprised at all. Finished Hitchcock Hotel over the weekend. Started reading the first Emily Wilde. Hooked already. Julia. Yes. I love when a comment comes in and I happen to have read the books that you mentioned. Obviously, Hitchcock Hotel is for Not Reading for Content podcast. And I'll be very interested to hear your thoughts once those videos start to drop. And then with Emily Wilde, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I think I said this before, but it is my favorite of the series, which may not be a common or it may be super common. I don't know. I'll be interested to hear when we get the majority of Emily Wilde fans having read all three books and then seeing what tends to be the overall favorite and like maybe what tends to be the odd favorite for people. Because right now for me, I'll tell you, for some reason my phrase today is also, I'll tell you right now. I don't know how that's gotten into my vernacular, but I also have a lot of energy today because I'm very excited. New month, new Leandra, feeling pumped. But my favorite's the third book, Compendium. Then I enjoyed Maps of the Otherlands. And then it goes, the first book is my least favorite, even though I loved all three. So very weird. Yeah, just survived. Truly, truly. Oh my gosh, we're doing okay. You know what? It's a new beginning. Spring has sprung. We're fine. Hello, Lexi. Oh, congrats on paying off your library fees. Also, your library thanks you. I know I'm not speaking for the library because I don't work at that library, but as someone who works at a library, we do appreciate those who, because the fees go to a good cause anyway, it's not that we're just, in our corner, ha 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 ha, these people have to pay money. They are going to programs and buying new books for the library too. This year I dressed up in disguise, convinced my K through 2 grade students that I was their new music teacher. Did they believe you? Oh my gosh. Hello, Jenny. And with my 3 through 5, I convinced them their show was next week and they were all panicked. Oh my gosh. Did you approach them saying, guys, I got the date wrong. we have far less time, and then I could just see them all freaking out. Hi, Servasha, working, listening to Heartless Hunter, loving it. I've said it once, I've said it again. Servasha, you are having a great time with your reads. You are honestly, I feel like you're batting 1,000 at this point. 30% into Sunrise on the Reaping. A lot of people, like, this is the only book I think everyone's talking about right now. Only just had time to start it, and Suzanne Collins is already breaking my heart. A lot of people say it's hard hitting, I think, very soon. Perfect timing for sprints. Hi, Nikki. I hope you've been well. Home from work with 2 sick kids today. So working April, reading journal pages, and maybe finally set up early. Oh, yeah, set up your yearly pages. First of all, I'm so sorry to hear that the kids are sick. I hope that they get better soon. But I also hope you make great progress with your journal. I just actually, before sprints, I caught up on my bullet journal like updates and the statistics, and then I set up my spread for April, and I'm feeling very good because I think this is the first month except January where I did that in a timely fashion. It's a romance. This book will bury me in this. What? Oh. Okay. Let me reset my brain then. I so thought that was the thriller that you were reading. Okay, so First Time Colors a Romance. This book will bury me. It's the thriller you were talking about. Oh, that's so funny. Wouldn't that be so embarrassing if someone else was reading First Time Caller and I'm like, oh, I hear that's an interesting thriller, and they're like, who told you that? Because that's wrong. That's so funny. Your Ice Planet Barbarian sprints are the ones I first found. Ah, yes. Yeah, it's kind of wild to think back in the day when we were doing that. And those were longer sprinting days too for us. Reading my third Ruth Ware book, had 1 5-star, 1 DNF. Ooh, Jennifer, this will be interesting. It will be the deciding factor for you. I wish you luck. I know people who love that author, and I also know people who aren't fans. So it'll be interesting to hear your thoughts. I've never read anything by Ruth Ware. So yeah. Hello, Madison. I have to read some academic articles today. You know what? You got to do what you got to do. You got a meeting tomorrow, possible research assistantship. Oh, you can do it. I believe in you. I know there's probably nerves involved, but I'm sure you're very prepared for it. So yeah, good luck. Working on Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. Libby finally gave it to me. Yay! I love it. As long as it's good timing. Sometimes Libby will give it to you at the worst time, and you're thinking, can I actually read this in the timely fashion? Aardvark Book Box did special editions. I know! You know who told me? Lexi. And actually those special editions are why Lexi actually wants to read those books, because she was never really that interested in them. And now she's like, oh, should I get them? You know what? I already splurged. I have the hardcovers of like the American, original editions. And then I also get the hardcover of the British edition, like this one right here. That's why I'm featuring it right now, because it's so pretty. So I already do splurge on those. And so the idea of having a third, I've never been that person to get multiple editions. A Drop of Corruption was kind of my first time. But I understand why people do it now, because those are really pretty as well. I just don't know if I would need a subscription to get that box, because I don't have an Aardvark subscription. So, reading Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo to start. Melissa, you'll be joining the fandom. If you love this, you will have so many people that you can talk to about it, because I know that everyone loves it. And hopefully finishing your audio of Wild Hearts while doing your reading journal. Oh, it's always good to have a good audio while you're reading or doing your reading journal. Also, Abby Jimenez and Jessa Hastings books released today. Oh, that's right. Yes. So there's the new Abby Jimenez that everyone's excited about. And then Jessa Hastings. Oh, the Daisy Hates Magnolia Parks. Rainy. See, I retain info, because the only reason why I know who that is thanks to you. Hello, Heather. How are you? Going to do some reading. Not completely sure what yet. Ooh, I love that. Possibilities. Good morning, Anne. I hope your morning's going well. Working on your puzzle, The Shadow of What Was Lost. I picked up Emily Wilde, and we'll crack that later. Yes. I think it's just such an artfully done finish to a trilogy. At least I think it's the end. I don't know why. A lot of people, there's no like definitive. I'm pretty sure it's the end. Hello, Ro. Hope you're doing well. My copy of A Drop of Corruption has shipped. Mine too, Jen. So I ended up getting a notification that A Drop of Corruption has shipped. I got a notification that Faithbreaker has shipped. And I also got a notification that Holy Tears has shipped. And I'm like, just waiting for them to arrive. I do have an arc. I only finished the Tainted Cup a couple of days ago, so I'm happy to go right into the sequel. Now that I know the world, I feel less confused. Ooh, nice. But you know what I was thinking with this one? Because it's so mystery heavy, like it is a fantasy mystery, but I'm wondering if Robert Jackson Bennett has kind of inherited or adopted the mystery format where you technically can read the books out of order. That's how I'm feeling with A Drop of Corruption right now, though. Like, they're both books require you to kind of like just enter this world and like catch up with Din, our narrator. So I feel as though there, like obviously there's less confusion if you read Tainted Cup first with the world building, but we also didn't know what the heck was happening with the first book either. So but I would always recommend, might as well read Tainted Cup if you've got access to it first. So I will say that. But A Drop of Corruption, I'm wondering if it'll get to the point where when we finish this book, we'll kind of be like, yes, there are some small things that help you understand the character development of the characters. But anyway, off on my tangent of thoughts. So Little Thieves 3 is out today. I know! Oh gosh, I'm so excited for it. Say You'll Remember Me. Oh, that's right. Holly, thanks for the title, because that's the new Abby Jimenez book. Actually, the cover is in my mind as well. Mine is out for delivery. Oh, I hope it comes in perfect condition. There's no issues, because there's always that worry with pre-orders. Hello, Jen, by the way. Hope you're doing well. The Emily Wilde special editions dropped today too. Oh, I bet they're really pretty. I might have to look into those as well, because I really like the American editions. The UK are also quite nice, but I do love the color palette of the American editions for that one. And I like the UK ones better. Interesting. I was asking myself if I should read Emily Wilde 3. I liked the first one, disliked the second. Interesting. I love this. I love kind of coming from different people's perspectives. I think I know there has been a good amount of people who preferred book 1 over book 2. I don't know if they disliked book 2 as much, like, using that term. Danny, for instance, I read book 3 with her. I think she liked book 1 more than she liked book 2. I can't remember what order she's in. I love an excited Leandra. I know. I swear, like when I'm really excited, I kind of start to get a little bit chaotic. So I hope that the mic and everything, and if it's in anyone's ears, isn't too drastic of my emotions, but there we are. Hello, Sabrina. Currently sprint hopping. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Thanks. Oh, you know who also is sprinting right now? I'm pretty sure Lotta's Nook. She is a Dutch booktuber, and she has her Quartetathon lace sprints. So she is sprinting, to my knowledge, in Nederlands. So if anyone who speaks Dutch is interested, go check her out. I'm pretty sure she started right at the same time as me. Sabrina, I'm not saying that those are the sprints you're sprint hopping with. Tuesdays have kind of become a very active day. It's also the 1st of April, but anyways, go say hi to Lotta for me, because she is geweldig. She's the best. Super excited for my April reading. Took part in 3 readathons this year. Yeah, it's kind of burnt out. Jasmine, you and me, we are the same person, because I did 3 readathons in a row, and that's why, as amazing as all the readathons happening in April are, we have to allow ourselves breaks. Wow, if you thought the first Emily Wilde is the least good, then this will be a great trial. I know! And that's not to say, like, Emily Wilde 1 got a great rating for me. I think I gave it a 4.25. I gave Maps 4.5. So they really weren't that different, in my opinion. And then the final book I gave 5 stars. So yeah, not to hype it up too much, though. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm always scared about doing that. Hi, Courtney. Speaking of, I'm pretty sure, Courtney, you tend to sprint today too. So Courtney's probably sprinting as well. Haven't managed to get the 3rd Emily Wilde yet. May have the same opinion as you and I are the only people I know who like the 2nd more than the 1st. Yeah. So that's why I'm already kind of like, I wonder if I'm among the minority who think that the 3rd book is the best, because we already come from being the minority who preferred book 2 over book 1. So yeah, it's interesting. I love these types of discussions when we have series and people have different preferences. Finishing Little Princess, great. Hi, Rye, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope teaching isn't too stressful for you, because I know you're a teacher. And you're, maybe you're on a break, so enjoy your break. Working here, so read a load of Ken Liu's Wall of Storms yesterday, closing in on the end and really loving it. We'll start M.A. Carrick's Mask of Mirrors. Yeah, so this is, what's so funny is the Manor has kind of become a catch-all, like, buddy read zone. We have our book club read, but then we have a million other reads that we're just, like, juggling together. And Mask of Mirrors has become one of those. I'm really excited to read that, too. And I love that we're not really having any type of restriction. Just read it as you go. It doesn't have to be this month. If people do read it. Very behind on my reading journal. Need to set up April. Yeah. That's literally where I'm at usually. But today I was like, no, Leandra, get ahead. It's because I want to record a flip through for my quarter 1, January through March. And I'm like, to do that, you probably should actually be, up to date. Hello, Glenda. Happy 1st of April. Currently watching my nephew. He is supposed to be napping, but he is currently awake and talking. Oh, I'm so sorry, Edom. I'll see if I can get some reading done during this. Yeah. I hope you can. Hello, Paco. How are you? Just finished the Tainted Cup. Oh my gosh. Yes. I love this. I love this for everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, totally fine. I'm sorry for cheering on the fact that you read that book then, but tempted to get them, but I didn't. I know Tainted Cup isn't for me. Yeah, I don't think it would be either, to be honest. And that's okay. That's okay. Have a great time. See, I know everyone's coming in for that. Reading The Fine Print by Lauren Asher today. Awesome, Melissa. I know a lot of people love that series too, actually. It is a great day for all the books. Yahoo! Oh, thanks, Lexi. I probably should, right? Maybe I don't know how it works. I might have to look into it and see what exactly Aardvark, like what they would require of me, because I would really like those editions. And then, hello, Vanessa. You know what's so fun? Vanessa did my TBR game this month, so you should definitely check out her video. Feel free, Vanessa, to provide the link in the chat. I haven't watched it yet, but I was like, how hilarious that Vanessa did my game and I didn't. So at least someone did my game this month. So you know what? If you missed it, you can totally do that. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you just letting me be a bit like excited and happy today. It's a good day. Didn't pre-order the book, so I could get time. Oh yeah, today off. I'm racing to the bookstore after. That makes sense too. And yes, these are Lotta's sprints. So it's very exciting. She's very nice. What is it? Ze is aardig. I think I said that right. I'm also practicing my Dutch again, friends, which is very exciting. I've been inspired, which is really great. Oh, or William's happening too. I mean, I knew it was happening. I just didn't realize that she was sprinting right now. That's very much makes sense. Of course she is. So I hope that you guys are having fun over there. And then, oh my gosh, and Vanessa, you're sprinting right now too. I know that you tend to sprint earlier today. I didn't realize you were sprinting this afternoon though. Let me make sure I'm not missing any hellos. Hi, Moore. How are you? Oh, you don't feel well. Listen, you read a lot this March. A lot of people did. And so I understand. It also just might be the day. Like you might just not feel well today. And I'm so sorry for that. Hi, Brandy. Excited to have a half day today, so can join sprints. Yay! I already love my book, and I have a feeling I know where it's going, so I just really want to devour it. I think a lot of us are having a great time, like reading our books. You know what I mean? So yeah. Well, Sabrina, so the Discord is in the Manor, which is part of my Patreon. But like, if you pick up Mask of Mirror, I'm sure we're all really happy to talk about it with you as you read it with us. So like, don't feel as though it's exclusionary, because you know who also, Danny's reading Mask of Mirrors. That was what inspired us. And she's going to be having a full-on thorough review video set up on her channel. So that's what kind of brought us all together to read it. So feel free, please still join us in that way. And we can just talk about it, on BookTube and on sprints and stuff. So yeah, because I think it's a really well-loved series, but I don't think it's super like well read. Like I don't think a lot of people read it. We just kind of know of it. So yeah, I thought it was fun. Okay, good. I'm glad that you thought it was fun, Paco. Reading A Feather So Black, Reading A Feather So Black, staring my magical readathon TBR. Oh, you're starting it. I can read. Sounds good. Hope you enjoy Blood Over Bright Haven. Loved it. I'm only 12% in, so I'll tell everyone it's really early days. I don't think I've even technically finished the first chapter yet, but we're doing it for our collab, and that's going to be on Rainy's channel. We'll see if we all give it 5 stars or not. Doing an informal buddy read starting today. Yes, that's exactly what it is. So it's just like an informal buddy read. Everyone's chilling. It's in the Manor Discord, but like I said, Sabrina, join us. You know what? Like you can still like chat with us just like in the more public forums. And you can always message me if you want to talk to me about the book, of course. Hello, how are you, Ben? Just hopping into booth. No worries, totally fine. There's a lot going on today, I think. I mean, because it's the first of the month, so that makes sense. Anyways, I did a timer to try to prevent myself from talking too much, and we talked for 20 minutes anyway. That's okay. All right, so we will go for an hour for our first sprint so we can all settle in. We'll come back, and I hope you guys have a productive one. Thanks for joining me. Hello, welcome back, friends. I do have to say, as fun as the really large sprinting events are with a big crowd, it feels very cozy right now. And I hope you guys are enjoying the kind of release of a smaller crowd today, actually, because I'm really vibing with it. Let me know how you did. Symph joined us. If StreamYard will let me show their comment. There we go. I hope you're doing well as well. I'm currently reading 1837 by Amy Cross, fifth book in a horror series about a spooky house. You don't hear many horror series. Usually, I think they're a genre that's known for standalone, so that's really interesting. Also, Tuesday joined us. Hi, Tuesday. Reading Oathbringer when I'm not working. Sounds great. And a great reprieve between working. So happy to have you. And then Melissa gave us an update. Started reading When the World Fell Silent instead. Got to about 7%. Oh my gosh. And you made quite a bit of progress by switching books. And went to make some lunch. Ooh, yeah. I may have to have a snack myself. I've been drinking some water. So reminder, drink water. I realize that that's something I feel like I've been lacking today. And yeah, make sure that we're eating as well. I ended up being really busy with other things. I did get one chapter into A Drop of Corruption, one more chapter, and I've got two more to read today. And something happened, and I'm so excited and so terrified. I love how creative this author is with the various things going on. So having a good time. Nobody surprised. I also ended up doing quite a bit of recording and kind of like to-do list checking off. So I started 2 vlogs today. Crazy, I know. We'll see how that goes, because it's always tough when you're trying to juggle 2 different ideas, but I think it'll be okay, and it'll be very motivating for me. So I had to like record those really quick opening clips, and then I also am trying to get into short form. I don't know what I'm doing, because you all know I like to chat, but I ended up recording a short reel slash short a short you know what I'm saying, a YouTube short. And so I did all those recordings and things, and then I double checked my to-do list, because earlier today I made like a big list, and I only had left read 3 chapters of A Drop of Corruption. And so then I had to like think about what else I wanted to accomplish today. It was a whole thing. So yeah, now I'm feeling extra motivated, and it is a really peaceful chime. I know that I had a phase where I was getting into Pomodoro Kitty again, and then I came back to Focus, and I kind of like it, and it lasts a little bit long, where it just brings everyone together. So you have like 10 seconds to kind of collect yourselves and be ready for the chat. So I kind of like that as well. Bia didn't read, watched other sprints, ordered a very late dinner that should arrive soon. Ooh, yum. Yeah, I know. I was looking and I realized I'm really bad when I'm sprinting to go say hello to others who are sprinting. I know I ended up shouting out Lotta's Nook, and obviously we know Vanessa is sprinting as well, but I didn't realize that, also G from Book Roast is sprinting as well. But Kelsey from Slime and Slashers is sprinting because she does Old School April. I didn't realize. I totally forgot that happens in April, and that's another huge readathon. So April is popping. A lot of stuff going on. So anyways, that it makes sense why Tuesday is such a busy day, and why we have a nice little kind of cozy crowd, and I'm not complaining about it. Thanks. Yeah, I'm taking credit for it, even though all I did was choose it for the start. I'm 12% into Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. Ooh, Lexi, what are you thinking about this? And also, obviously, since you've started book 2, you enjoyed book 1. How is it comparing? The large ones are crazy. Enjoy the small group and chatting with everyone more. Me too, Julia. And like they can be super fun. And usually the really large groups, they tend to kind of bring the fact that multiple people might be on screen, so that's fun. I just get overwhelmed because I feel like I am a host, but I feel like you're in my home, and I want to make sure everyone's having a good time. And I feel as though I can't accommodate everyone like I want to. So, and I can't accommodate everyone on screen because I want to talk to them too. So it just becomes a lot. Hello, Jennifer. Made great progress on creating an audio and video accessibility workshop. Amazing. That's awesome. And like really important. I'm sure those who need those are really grateful for it. Laundry, lunch, relaxing. The trifecta. Now going to light a candle and read in the next sprint. Brandy, you're living the dream. Alex read about 75 pages. Holy moly. And got a snack, as you should. Hello, Jen. You're going to be in between a nonfiction, Until I Kill You, and a rom-com, Love and Other Conspiracies. I love how those titles, and the rom-com being like Love and Other Conspiracies, they kind of complement the Until I Kill You title. That's wild. 6 hours left in your audio. I had a salad I picked earlier for lunch. Ooh, yum. And honestly, a salad can be really refreshing. That sounds great. I love like a really nice hearty salad though too. So during that sprint, I ordered aardvark editions of the Tainted Cup. Oh, should I? Okay, maybe I'm going to look it up. So you can just order them. Let me see here. It's also, I hope you guys are okay with my loud typewriter keyboard ASMR going on. I enjoy it, but I know that not everyone really likes that. No, this isn't it. How do you get the special editions? How does that work? I'll look it up later, but this is... that sounds great. And then let me see here. Of the Tainted Cup and a Drop of Corruption, it cost me a little over $30. There's an automatic renewal that you can cancel though. Oh my gosh, Edom. Okay. Ooh, I should try to get those. I only read a few pages, had to do cat duties, as you should. One was yelling for attention. Aw. Had dessert. Oh, yum. Which will likely end up being dinner. I know. I always kind of like starting with dessert, so I make sure I have room for said dessert, but then you're like, probably shouldn't be that way around. Well, cleaning won that sprint. Yay! Honestly, that's good. Reading will happen at some point. Unfortunately, I do have to do training for work next sprint, but I think I squeeze in some reading before it starts. Ooh, that sounds good. And then you can always maybe read the following sprint depending on what your schedule is. I also got some reading done. My nephew finally went to sleep. Yay, I'm glad. I'm glad that happened. And, good for your nephew too, because obviously sleep is good for him. I will have to wake him in 40 minutes. I also read about 20 pages as well. Perfect. So sorry to hear about the worries people are facing. I know it's just a time where it's really tough because you feel as though you can't really do anything to assist them, especially because of how big those issues are. I hope they get resolved soon and don't happen again. But we can really only hope. I cut out some stuff from my April reading journal and read an article about prehistoric giant ground sloths. Madison, that sounds fun. You know what I just discovered the other day? And I'm kind of embarrassed I didn't know this. So Arthur Conan Doyle, the author of Sherlock Holmes, he also wrote The Lost World, which may be familiar to Jurassic Park fans, whether it be the franchise or obviously the book by Michael Crichton. Well, so Arthur Conan Doyle wrote this book that does involve dinosaurs, and it's called The Lost World. I didn't realize this, and this may be like, Leandra, you should know this, but I was flabbergasted, and now I want to read it because I had no idea. It's probably not that good. At least maybe it won't be for me because I don't really enjoy Arthur Conan Doyle's long form work. But anyways, I was shocked to consider like a Victorian author writing about dinosaurs. Just for some reason, it really tickles me in the best way. Hello, Pixie. Working right now, but tomorrow I'm thinking about making a list of books I'm interested in for the rest of the year, break it according to the genres, as I'm a huge mood reader. Ooh, that's smart. Because then you just kind of know what's, books you want to read, and then you can just go through the list and decide what you're in the mood for in that moment. Ah, lovely. I love a good list. Hello, Jess. How are you? You just woke up. Good morning. This is about the time that you might wake up. Going to have breakfast, start editing my TBR video. Yay! Because I can't remember what I am actually supposed to be reading for Orwellium. Isn't that so funny when you create this big list of books and you're like, okay, wait, so which ones do I actually have to read? RE, Everyone on This Train. I liked it, but not as much as the first. I felt there was too many throwbacks to book one, but I also read book 3 in the series and really liked that one. Oh, and book 3 was that the Christmas one, or is that just like the novella in between? I'm kind of now getting confused. Like Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret. I don't know if that's officially the third one or if it's just kind of viewed as this like Christmas holiday novella. Interesting. I wonder if some of those throwbacks, if people haven't read book 1, will feel alienated by it. Loving it so far. I fell in love with Ernest. So far, this one is even better because Ern keeps chatting about the challenges of writing a sequel while writing the sequel. Oh, yeah, okay. So very meta. And it was very meta the first book, too. Indian food, yum. I have been like debating. I think the next time I like get takeaway, it's going to be Indian because I haven't had Indian food in a long time and it's so good. Just realized Arthur Conan Doyle wrote The Lost World. Is it? Lexi, we're on the same page. I don't even know why I fell into that. I think I was, you know what? I was doing something for my job with She Done It, where I was, doing some research and Arthur Conan Doyle came up. And then I saw this title mentioned The Lost World. Oh, it was the host interviewed someone and he brought up The Lost World. And I was like, why am I not familiar with this title? Because all I could think of was Michael Crichton. And so then I looked into it and it blew my mind. So I'm glad that guest ended up bringing it up. I think I had The Lost World as a child, but never read it. Should check if I still have it or if I unhauled it at some point. Yeah, you should. And I mean, I don't know how long it is. Again, I don't know how good it is, but it just blew my mind. Read a couple chapters. Great, Sabrina. Yes, book 3 is the Christmas one. It is shorter, but I think it's counted as a normal sequel. Yeah, that makes sense. Because sometimes they end up being counted as like half, but I think a lot of times they actually are just like continued. Because Nita Prose had a holiday novella come out, and I'm assuming that's also, is it deemed the 3rd book in the series? Because in that case, that means the 4th book is coming out soon. I think it's like The Maid's Secret or something. I know it's yellow. I think it's yellow. So that's kind of interesting to consider. Well, in this next sprint, my goal is going to be to hopefully finish my pages for A Drop of Corruption today. I will update my buddies. I'll then record an update because you guys get the early scoop because you're, with me live, but I'll be updating a vlog where A Drop of Corruption is featured because I'm just over a third of the way through it. And then I'll be switching to Blood Over Brighthaven. That one's on audio, so I might end up being off camera and like cleaning while I listen. But yeah, I feel like this month is starting off very fantasy heavy for me. With every passing year, I think I'm becoming more and more of a fantasy reader because I am also, starting Holy Terrors this coming week. And then I also have a buddy read for Faithbreaker. And all of these are finishing series, not Blood Over Brighthaven. But I'm like, I've stuck with these series for a few years now, or like a couple years now. So I think I'm a dedicated fantasy reader. I don't know. Might be too early to tell. I still think I'm a beginner because I don't fully know the ins and outs of the fantasy genre and all of its subgenres. But yeah. Oh, how far in are you? Oh, yeah. So let's see. Okay. Because you said something happened. Okay. So I am at the start of chapter 23. I'm 37% in according to my ebook. So what can I tell you that has no one would know? So the canal, the canal is involved. Malo is there. A lot of people screaming. That's where I am. So hopefully that doesn't spoil anything for anyone. I think I'm being super vague. I wish I could like fantasy books more. I love fantasy movies and video games, but in books I struggle for some reason. Oh yeah, I totally get that. I feel that way about other genres, I think, or oppositely. Like actually I can't watch horror movies. I don't really know if I've ever really played a horror video game, but I can read horror. I really love to read it. And a lot of times I can listen to it on audio. So I think it's the visual, because obviously video games and film, TV shows are all very visual. So maybe that's why, but I feel that way in other genres. So I very much understand where you're coming from. Let me guess. Anna loves the chaos. Oh, Anna is having a ball. Like, she is so funny. There's been so many moments where Din is like, Anna is trying not to like have a crazy smile on her face. Like she's got to like try to create a normal smile because she's just having the best time. You should try The Helm of Midnight. I feel like fans of Tainted Cup would enjoy it. Ooh, okay. I'm going to start that so I don't forget it and maybe I can write it down because that sounds good. What else? Cassidy told me another Robert Jackson Bennett book that because I enjoy this series so much, it's something about stairs. I should remember what it's called. But I know that that's one that Cassidy said I would probably really like. Love fantasy. I just get sucked in. Yeah, I'm really pleased that I enjoy it so much, which is great. I think not all fantasy is for me, obviously, but I've found the fantasy that I think people could be like, oh, Leandra, you'd like that. City of Stairs. Yes, thank you, Bia. Okay, perfect. Well, on that note, I've reached the end of the comments and we only have like 5 seconds left. So we're going to let the timer go. It's going to announce the start of the sprint, and I will see you all in another hour. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I know that we had some people join in that sprint. Katie just kind of ducked in and said hello. Then Swank joined us, reminding us of, everything that we get to celebrate today, which I love. Michael joined too, popping in to say hi. Also, we had Louisina pop in. Listen, I know that today is such a busy day. It's such an active day on BookTube as well. So I appreciate people who are just popping in to say hi. During an information-only online meeting, started a marinara that is simmering on the stove. Oh, that sounds really nice. I may actually have pasta tonight because you had that, because that does sound really lovely. Trying to drink more water recently, especially as the weather is warming up where I live. So here's a friendly reminder. Thank you, Tuesday. I have finished my glass, so I need to actually get more water in the next sprint because it is true. I think as what's tough is we always feel as though we don't drink enough water because we truly don't. But with the changing of the season, I think we forget, especially. And then I already said hi to these people. I'm just highlighting them again. And yes, good luck on the move, Louisina. Oh my gosh. Also so stressful, but so exciting. I think it's fun once you have everything where it needs to be. And then you can start organizing in your new home. So I hope that everything goes well for you. So yeah, thanks for saying that too, Michael. I ended up reaching, the point where I needed to stop for a drop of corruption. I'm about 40% in now. I still need to record my update for the vlog because I ended up getting distracted, and I kept like over talking, which tends to happen. So I'm like, okay, Leandra, figure your stuff out. But I did update my buddies with it, and then I started listening to Blood Over Bright Haven. So I did make some progress in that, and I had a little bit of a snack, which was yummy. So hopefully in the next sprint I can be productive and I bam, get the recording out of the way for a drop of corruption, and then I can dedicate most of the sprint to simply Blood Over Bright Haven, even though I think I have to do an update soon for that vlog too. Ay. A lot of talking today. Good luck on, oh my gosh, guys. What is going on? Suddenly I'm off the rails and repeating comments. Just joined, trying to finish the book for Romathon. I know some of us you still have time. If you got to a certain point where you then can wrap up your book today, and then I think it closes tomorrow, or it could be today, depending on the time. We'd have to double check the Discord for that. Hello to Neil. Had to work late, so I'm hoping to decompress. Maybe read tonight. I need to decide which book to start. You're not alone. A few of us. I think Heather also had to figure out what book she was going to start today. So I hope your decompressing goes well and is very enjoyable. Worked on your reading journal. Yes, Madison. 5 hours of The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Islington. Very nice. So sucked in. I think I'm going to give up reading from this day forward. What? Oh, I was like, what happened? I was like, dear Lord, because I know that you just finished Sunbringer and absolutely adored it, as you should. And so I was like, what just happened? I got to 31% of my rom-com, not something I usually read, but it intrigued me when I was told it's romance for X-File lovers. Ooh, I like it when people kind of experiment and switch things up with a genre, because then it shows people who don't typically read it might be for them sometimes. And I've been exploring romance quite a bit this year, trying to find my niche as well. I have reminders set for every couple of hours, and I had ignored the last one. So I needed to take a break and catch up. That's actually really smart, especially if you know that would be beneficial for you. That's a good idea. I might need to leave. I'm on Auntie Erin duty. Oh, I know. The nephew has woken up. But Mumbo, that's an adorable name for grandma, came home. So I might get a little time to read. But you know what? You're a good auntie. So it makes sense if you continue with those duties. Thank you so much. The books are a struggle, but I'm looking forward to settling it. And see, us book readers, especially those of us who have so many books, that's the one thing I'm kind of terrified of. If I ever, when I eventually move out of my current place, I'll be so much packing, organizing, moving. And I'm always worried that when I move, my books will get damaged, and it's, we all get that. Courtney is still editing. I hope you're done soon so that you can move on to other things. Had my lunch, read to about 12% in my book. Awesome, Melissa. Sunbringer was an amazing way to end the month. Yay! God Killer was my first 5-star of the year, and that is my most recent. Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm not surprised because it's such a good series. For those who really love it, it really works out. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but yeah, it's really, really good. And I think they're very bingeable. Like you can read them quite quickly if you wanted to. And speaking of, I don't know about others, but I haven't been getting as many 5-stars, I think, this year as I typically do. And I was breaking down the numbers today. And so if we, like, I've been giving a lot of 5-stars to manga. So if we like put that aside, it's not surprising because when I love a series, I love it. And a lot of them are continuations of a series. I have had 8 5-stars of like novels that aren't manga. 5 of them are rereads. So, like clearly this is my year of rereading, but that's quite low for me. The idea that only 3 new to me books have been 5-stars, and all of them have actually been series that I have followed and really loved and actually like finished, at least to what they are. So anyways, I've been finding that really fascinating, but I'm rereading far more this year than ever. And I guess it kind of makes sense, but still. Hello, Alicia. Just joining, currently reading Connor's Claim, Buddy Read with Vanessa. Awesome. And taking it easy, as you should. Had an allergy test done today and will be making dinner soon. Ooh, tacos. Yes, every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. And I hope that the allergy test ends up going well as far as you having like good results. And then now because allergies are no joke. Thanks so much for the first sprints I've ever joined. Woohoo! So exciting. I love when people join sprints for the first time. One, because you're figuring it out and it's very casual. It's very chill. And also the pressure though, for me, because everyone sprints. So the fact that I'm the representation, if you aren't having a good time, try other people's sprints because everyone does it slightly differently and you just got to find your people, So yeah, welcome. Just a chapter left, but I think I will leave it for tomorrow and head to bed, Simph. Sounds good. You can get like a good night's sleep, start back tomorrow. Thank you so much for this chill read, and please take care. All of you beauts, yes, I agree. Everyone take care of themselves. I actually downloaded the Finch app again when my cousin reminded me of it. I forgot how cute it is and how humans are just, real life Tamagotchis. We are. And we love to check things off, kind of gamify things. So it's very satisfying when you do that. I've never heard of the Finch app. This is my 4th move in 10 years, so I have somewhat of a system. Oh, you would. I pack them up in carry-on suitcases and unpack them and put them in boxes in the new place. That way I can move them myself. Oh, yes, that's smart. Actually, that's a good idea. But it takes a lot of time. Oh, yeah. Have lots of 3s. Ooh, and those aren't obviously horrible reads, but it suggests that you don't have as strong of an emotion towards them. And I think I would rather feel some type of emotion about the reads that I'm picking up. Currently, I'm at 25% of my reads having been 5-stars. It's been a great year so far. Yes, and then that's to say, when I add in the manga, I've read, I think it's about just over, it's probably between 20 and 25% as well. But when you kind of break it down, I'm like, there's a trend here. Because I've had 5 manga that are 5-stars, 5 rereads that are 5-stars, and then I've had 3 kind of like new to me. But they're not new to me because they're still authors that I've trusted. So like no new to me authors. Who am I? And I'm so glad it's been a great year for you, Michael. I think all my 5-stars this year have been rereads, but that's because I've been rereading a lot and not picking up many new things. Yeah, I think, Louisina, you and I are on the same page. Don't give many 5-star reviews, but Death of the Author was a 5-star. And I'm hoping to get to that this month because I really, really want to read it. My first experience with Nnedi Okorafor was in February, and I really enjoyed Remote Control. And so I'm excited for Death of the Author. So that makes sense to me. Love Finch. I have a 225-day streak. Oh my gosh, I'd be so proud of that. And also not wanting to, jeopardize it. I'm going to have to look into this app. I'm a huge DNFer. My average rating is so high as a result. See, the thing is I haven't had that many bad books because I also DNF. Oh, if I if I had my bullet journal with me, I think I've DNF'd. The last time I checked, I think I DNF'd like 11, at least 11 books this year. So I'm happy to DNF. So I really haven't had too many like very low rating books. I just haven't had many 5 stars. As far as like surprise 5 stars, I guess. Most of my reads are about a 4. Yeah, I think that's where mine is too. I think I've been hitting around like 3.75 to 4-ish range. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm more likely to give a read 4.5 stars, not a 5. Yeah, like there have been some books, even, you know, what's a good example? What I just mentioned, Remote Control. I was on the fence, and because I was on the fence, I gave it a 4.5 instead of a 5. And I stand by it, but I feel like I've had some of those moments where I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to have found this author to read more, but it just wasn't a 5. Yeah. Ooh, Villette was a 5-star for me in February. It absolutely broke me. Isn't that so funny when you're like, oh, this broke me. I'm so emotional. Like, I don't know how I'll go on. 5 stars. It was great. That's so fun. I've reread a few 5 stars this year, and they ended up being 4 stars after reread. You know what's interesting? And so all of my rereads were 5 stars originally, and they stayed 5 stars except for one. One of them was a 4-star, and then upon reread, I gave it a 5. So that was an interesting experience. Yeah, I think I got more out of it upon reread because there was so much to grasp in the first read of it. But, you know, so that's the first time, because I don't reread very often, to be honest. Like, having reread 5 books this year, I was like, I've already surpassed the number of books I typically reread in a year. Like, I usually only reread like maybe 2 or 3, and it's because I'm consciously doing it. So I'm like, this is baffling to me as someone who doesn't do it very often. Sometimes we need comfort reads and nothing else will do. Yes, and there has been a lot of opportunity, like for instance, doing the read along for in anticipation of Holy Terrors. I reread, you know, Little Thieves and Painted Devils. That was scheduled. 2 other rereads were scheduled because of the manor, and then because of my job with She Done It. So like they weren't like fully me just like finding comfort, but I was like really, really happy when I discovered I had to read them. So yeah. My average rating for March was in the 4-star range, which is amazing for me. I've also found that the more books I read, the higher my average within the month tends to be. Like January, I read the least number of books within these past 3 months, and I had my lowest average star rating at 3.3 stars. So like averaging down to 3 stars. Whereas with every passing month, because I've read more books, the average rating, like I think the average rating in February was like 3.7 or something, or maybe it was 3.5. And then my average star rating in March was 4 stars. So, and that's not me being like, the key is to just keep reading more books. But I do find that interesting as well, because it speaks to the fact that more often than not, I'm giving a book 4 stars if I finish it, at least. 3 stars for March. Yeah. 3 5-stars for March during Ramathon, though. Yes, Zoe, I love it. Played some games in the Aurelium Sprint. Oh, that's so fun. Got 21 points. I have no idea what this means, but I'm very happy for you. I didn't realize that there are points within like Aurelium Sprints. Oh, that's a really fun idea if that's what she's doing. Still sad I didn't have time to finish Little Dove. Oh yeah, the Little Thieves. But I will as soon as I can. I was enjoying it so much. It honestly, and they are quite like big books to just jump into while you're juggling other things, because they're about 500 pages each. So it's not necessarily something that you can be like, oh, let me just jump into this and I'll be done, you know, in a weekend or over the week, depending on everything else going on. So I totally understand that. No, you're totally fine. I love how you put them together. Little Devils, Painted Thieves. That would be a fun spinoff. Yeah, it's an easy way to gain guild reputation. Interesting. Can you tell I've never actually played Aurelium before or like participated in that readathon, although I'm really impressed with it. I find it really fascinating, but I've never done it. So maybe one year I'll do it if G keeps doing it. But well, we are going to go into another sprint. I'm trying to figure out time-wise. I think we'll keep it to an hour. That sounds good to me. We'll stay productive. And I plan on recording and then digging into blood over Brighthaven, if I can speak. Oh my gosh. Realizing a lot of my books I enjoy, but are non-thinking popcorn reads tend to sit at about 3 stars. And you know what? sometimes you need that. You need the 3-star read for that type of popcorn experience. So I totally got it. I hope you guys have a great day as well. So yeah, okay. See you guys on the other side. Hello, welcome back. We have about 10 minutes before I send you guys all over to Kelsey's sprints. You don't have to do anything. You just have to strap in, and then YouTube does all the rest. Sam joined a little bit late. That's okay. Like I said, we're going to go over to Kelsey's and we're going to do more sprints anyway, so that'll be fun. Hello, Thea. How are you? Welcome to the fun. How did you guys do that sprint? I ended up being pretty distracted. I did end up reaching the point for Blood Over Bright Haven where I needed to stop and provide an update for the collab. So, if anything, at least you guys know that I'll have one update, maybe more. We'll see. You'll have to tune in to Rainy's vlog to know how I feel about this book and how others feel about it. But beyond that, I kept trying to figure out how to word my update and discuss it, and I didn't want it to be too long, knowing that Rainy would have my thoughts as well as hers, as well as Kelsey's and Brittany's. And I was like, I need to just sit down, record my thoughts, and be done with it, because I kept overthinking about what I should say and what I shouldn't say. It's wild. Well, that was a dinner sprint for me. Actually, dinner and tea, but I'm good with that. Oh, yeah, no, that's nice. Especially tea. I think I might have to make myself some tea once we're done chatting. I finished my reading journal setup. Yay! Woohoo! That's so nice, because that's the biggest problem, I think, when you are trying to stay on top of things with your reading journal. But you need to have everything set up first, and then it's easy if you do daily updates or whatever you do with it. So I totally get that. Oh, I also almost missed this. Jess got 1 out of 3 videos edited. 2 more to go. You can do it. I'm not someone who batch edits. I am also not someone who has enough footage to be editing full videos. I don't like to edit until all of my video clips are done, so I can kind of look at all of it together. I know some people edit as they go. More power to them. But yeah, I'm not finished and ready to edit videos all at the same time. So I respect that. I read 20 pages that sprint. The chapter ended on quite the cliffhanger. Ooh, that sounds really fun. I love that. Maybe you can jump right in once we're done. Not feeling well. Oh, I'm sorry, Tennille. So I haven't picked up a book yet. Hoping things improve a bit, or it will be an unproductive evening. Oh, I know. And you've got to listen to your body. I totally understand. And you're not alone. Oh my gosh. And I had a migraine set in. And you know that I also had that going for me last Friday. It was brutal. So I'm so sorry. Audiobooks are my saving grace. 4 hours to go in my book. Okay. But I'm so sorry. Read a chapter. Great, Zoe. Woohoo. Another update from Aaron. My nephew saw my Kindle and he said that it is for me. Oh, I laughed and said, no, it is Auntie Aaron's Kindle. I read a few pages between watching him. Oh, he's probably like, oh, that's mine. And you're like, no. This is my device. This is my fun. Thanks for being here, Abs. So great to actually have you for the entire time too. People can come in and go, but it's always fun when I get to hang out with the same people for all 4 hours. Enjoyed that one. Just finishing last pages of The Woman in White. Ooh, is that are you talking about the Wilkie Collins? Oh my gosh. That's a chunker. Going to finish my last book for Cassie's readathon. Yay! On about 70 pages left. Yes, you can do it. You can do it. Yes, migraine, body pain, nausea. Oh no, working through it is just, I can't. I hope that tomorrow is better as well. This weather change with the seasons triggers my migraine. So I was thinking that is part of the reason why I got a migraine as well, actually. I do want to start a new book sometime soon, though. Well, you know what? The night is still young. Maybe in a few hours you will be able to do that. And then you're going to start your next read. Very, very nice. Yes, the Wilkie Collins one. I've had the Moonstone on my mental TBR for so long because I keep wanting to read. I've read some of Wilkie Collins' short stories, but I've never actually read any of the long form works. Got to about 19% of your book. Yay! Oh my gosh, you're a fifth of the way through. Great progress today. Massive wind here, sensitive to that. We ended up having some significant, storms yesterday, some significant wind as well, over here on the East Coast at least. Hate this season. Oh, pollen allergies too. Thanks for being here, Bia. They're always so cozy and relaxed. I'm glad. And got to read a bit more of A Drop of Corruption. You never told me where you're at in the book. How far are you? It's such a good book. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm spoiling the vlog for you guys, but there will be many other books in it, so it's not just this one. And who knows? The ending could change things. I hope it doesn't. Pollen is bad here. Yeah. Ooh, I read The Moonstone as well last month. Oh my gosh, you're just making it through Collins's entire canon. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the weather shift is why I've spent the last 2 weeks sick. I'm only just feeling up to getting back to life. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Alex, but it's not fun, especially as the weather's technically getting better. You're like, why am I feeling worse? We had rainstorms today. Barometric pressure does me in. And then hoping for steadier weather. That's the thing is it's nicer weather, but it's also fluctuations where there have been times when it's been quite warm, like summer weather, and then suddenly it's back down to either early spring, late winter weather, and I'm just thinking, what are we doing here? It's wild. But on that note, I'm going to start signing off, friends. Remember, hang on. YouTube will just direct you to more sprints over at Kelsey's channel, and she'll go for a few more hours as well. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know that this was a very popular day. There were a lot of bigger sprints going on, more exciting ones that are for readathons and everything. But I really appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me today, and it was really fun. It was nice to relax, really thoroughly talk to the comments as well, which I don't get to do very often. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next week. I will have Holy Terror sprints going on Friday night, but you don't have to be reading, that book to join us. It's kind of unheard of. I don't usually do public sprints on the weekend. So if you guys want to join me, you totally can. And then, there's a few more comments to look through. Heavy rainstorms yesterday. Yeah, kept hearing the wind. I'm ahead of you. Oh my gosh. So when I was giving you the clues, you probably were like, what is she talking about? Oh, thanks guys for being here. I do appreciate you. And yeah, of course. I really like being here on Tuesdays. I think that it's like a nice kind of calm, still kind of early part of the week where we kind of need that comfort and community to get us, over the hill that is Wednesday too. Yeah, thanks, Garamond. Thanks everybody for being here. And I will see you guys over at Kelsey's if you hang on. But if not, I hope you have a great evening or morning wherever you are in the world. Okay, bye, friends.